Why do I look... Wait. Oh my gosh. Is my natural pose angry? Because... Oh my god. Anyways, hello, my name is Amy Ames, and why do I look so angry? I swear, I changed that earlier, what the F? Anyways, hello... Wait, I already introduced myself. Um, okay, so like, I'm streaming in like a new room than I usually do today. Usually I stream in like a different room on the floor. But I was like too lazy, so I'm streaming on my bed today. And things might sound a little different because different space and stuff, so it may sound different. But besides that, yeah, I don't really have anything besides that. We are playing Our Life like usual. I hope we get some absolutely cute moments with Cove today. And yeah, if also my mic position is slightly different today. So like if it sounds weird, just tell me and I'll probably set it back to you. That's like usually. Oh my gosh. Like I'm hearing myself talk and like I pause so much, it's so weird. But anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. Our Life, let's go. Game. Where are you? Okay. Okay, there you are. Good. And now we're just gonna do some moments today. You know, moments are... How do I say this? I much prefer, like, you know how they usually have, like, the step in between, and it's like, oh, here's a recap of everything you've done, and then it gives, like, a mini scene. Not a mini scene, but a scene where, oh, it's you and Ko, how your relationship developed and stuff. Those I prefer, because these moments can be kind of hit or miss sometimes, but, how do I say? It's always a cute moment to enjoy with Ko. But sometimes they're like very short, and I'm like, huh. I don't know. I really hope we do. I don't know. Are we too young? I know, like, there's another step. Like, there's step 4 but after this. I mean, I named the stream... Wait, what did I name the stream again? Ko's our boyfriends, so... So I hope we do a bunch of fun things together. I mean, I don't think... We're still, like, what, 18? That's a little... That's extremely young to get married. Okay, let's do errands. But, maybe a step in the future we'll get married. Okay. From the moment you woke up, you knew that today was going to be busier than usual. There was a list of errands that needed to be finished before the day was done. First up was visiting one of the biggest farmers market in the area. It was only open 2 weekends a month during certain parts of the year. It was rare that you and your family were able to attend, so your moms liked to make the most out of every minute of it. And you realized it was not just them feeling that way when you heard a whistle from your left side. Is it Cove? Close enough, Cove's father. Wow, this is a swanky show. Vegetables have never seen so high brown. Let's see, seedless watermelons are $20? I don't know, is that cheap? I don't eat watermelons a lot. Seriously, they don't mess around with their products.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that exciting? Liz crossed her arms. You could tell she was amused. We couldn't have picked a more perfect trip. It's been too long since we've had a true family outing. Yeah, you guys are family too! Her teasing tone said more than she actually did. Your next door neighbors had joined you this day, and that's what made it a true family outing. The 3 parents laughed approvingly. Out of the corner of your eye, the corner of your heart. I didn't know my heart could see. Out of the corner of your eye, you caught Cove looking at you sympathetically. Some things never changed, and some jokes never died. You'd long accepted that. I mean, yes. You see, it's the unofficial official wedding. So like, we got married when we were kids, and then it's just the state doesn't legally recognize us. So once we get the actual paperwork in, we'll be officially married. But we're still married right now, just not officially. It'd be so cute if there was like a moment, like when we were kids, that's like, oh, promise ring, like when you're younger. And I was like, oh, I know, I remember there was, I'm not sure if I'm remembering this right, but I believe there's a scene that we're like, hey, I'm gonna marry this boy in the future or something. And I'm like, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, if I was at a farmer's market, how would I feel? It could be fun if there's yummy food. So far, I'm seeing a lot of vegetables. You know, sometimes farmers markets have like a section where you can buy like food and stuff. And like, I remember this one time I went to a farmer's market and I saw they had like uni, so like sea urchin. I was like, wow. But it was extremely expensive, so I didn't get it. But like, wow, sea urchin, fresh sea urchin at a market? Dang. You smiled, trying to imagine how many stalls are set up. You were curious what hidden gems were waiting for you to discover among them. Well, I'm ready to get started. I got plenty of dishes in mind I could use ingredients for. Before your moms responded to that, they glanced at each other and smiled. Yes, that's a very good idea, Cliff. This place is much larger than it seems. It's difficult to visit each part in a single day.
I got it.
I'm sure we can make a decent dent together at least. Actually, since there are so many of us this time, we could take different sides of the market.
Sounds good.
Divide and conquer? That sounds brilliant. Everyone watched your mom's surprise. No one had considered that an option. Your mom flashed the group a dazzling smile, continuing with the thought, okay, so like, I'm gonna go with Cove. Though it's a little unfair that there are 4 Ames family members and only 2 Holdens here, so I'll go with you boys to even out the odds. No, send me to the Holdens!
Okay.
That's fine with me. Cliff scratched the back of his neck awkwardly. He wasn't sure where to look or what to say. That was not a problem his son had.
No.
Cove's like, I don't like that idea. Cove, you can't be too honest. These are your family. Don't worry, we'll be apart for only a few hours, and then we'll have something to talk to you about at the end of it. After additional nudging, Cove nodded with a sigh. He realized this was an argument he was going to win. Alright. I don't get the point, but I also don't mind spending the first part of the trip with Amy and Ma. Ma clapped her hands together at that. Wonderful. Are the teams ready to go? Now send me over to the Holdens, please. Yeah, this one. Can I be the one who goes with the Holdens instead? You looked from your mom to your ma, hoping that you'd at least get to explore the market with Cove. He perked up at the suggestion, but then you saw Ma was pouting at your request to leave her group. See, Cove approves. He perked up. Sorry, no can do this time, kiddo. Seeing that neither parent was budging, you slumped your shoulders. We won't be split up too long, right? Ma hooked an arm around you in a little side hug. You grinned.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Taking the lead, Mom walked over towards Cove and Cliff, who were still eyeing her confusingly. I mean, we're just dividing the group and like hanging out, so...
Let's go.
Come on, boys, we're heading out. Sure. Okay. Cove, don't leave me! Cove looked at you softly. Why don't we have divide into pairs? Because that will cover way more ground than just splitting the group in half. And me and Cove can enjoy the summer market together. Wait, are we in the summer? I know it's a market. Cove looked at you softly and found himself pulled forward, stopping in front of you. His expression flickered for a moment, hesitant. You can't stay away from me, boy. Oh, did I accidentally double click? Oh no, I didn't. Bye. Cove lightly took one of your hands in his and gave it a little squeeze. He dipped his face forward, wanting to kiss farewell. Ah, like a prince. When it said he stopped midway, his whole body stiff. No, continue the kiss! He jerked his gaze back at your mom, and you realized that she had grabbed the hem of his shirt. She gave it a small tug before letting go. Mom, you can't cock-block me like that, man! You already have a wife.
No, no, no.
Time's a wasting, Cove, and I've known you long enough to be aware that you're one to linger. If I don't stop you now, you'll only drag your feet on parting ways more. The two of you can snuggle and make out as much as you want later. We have important shopping to do now. They know they're gonna make out? Cove oh my god, this expression is so cute. He's like, Cove gasped at what he felt was a truly obscene thing to say. His face burned red, but that was ignored by him. He spoke with an unimpressed roll of the eyes.
Seriously?
You don't need to literally pull me away from Amy. I'm not that clingy. Mom sniggered with a shake of her head. Cove's eyebrows raised over the reaction and he turned to Mom. She wouldn't meet his eyes as she whistled innocently. Oh no. Liz, are they making fun of him? Liz smirked at ear to ear, and Cove whipped his head towards his dad. Mr. Holden couldn't offer anything more than an all-out apologetic shrug. It was only then that it dawned on Cove that everyone did think that he was that needy. Oh my gosh. But it's okay, you're needy for me, and like, I appreciate that. Finally, he dared to face you with wide, fleeting eyes. Okay, let's see, don't make fun of Cove. Who said you're allowed to say things like that to him? Cove is totally capable of being independent when he wants to. There's nothing wrong with being attached. It's nice. Oh, come on, you know how Cove is. Oh no. Silently, you stared back at him. Guys, don't make fun of Cove. Only I could. Angry, you snapped louder than you meant, and it was met with several surprised looks, but you kept the stern gaze fixed on them. Cove, meanwhile, beamed at having your support. You're so easy to please. Without thinking, Cove took another step forward, feeling drawn to you. No, Cove, you're proving their point. Don't step towards me. Also, again, Mom grabbed the back of his shirt. She tried suppressing her laughter, but a few chuckles escaped. Actions speak louder than words. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, his squiggly mouth is so cute. How did he do that? I don't know, my mouth can't squiggle. But then again, I have a normal human mouth. Cove's mouth twisted as he struggled to come up with something to say in his defense. He was newly embarrassed all over again. Yeah, well, I think it's like when he grew up, he was a bit more... He's very dependent on me. I mean, like, I think this is more than, like... I think it's because, remember when we were, what's it called? When we were looking at Cove's personality depending on my choices? And the choices said, oh, Cove is cold, but he's very sporty. I think that because he's cold, that means he's cold to other people, but he's very warm to me. So he's just very dependent on me now. And like, as much as I'd like, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute that he's fawning over me. At the same time, I want you to have friends too, Cove. I can't just be your only, well, actually I'm your girlfriend, so I can't be your only like person you hang out with. Yeah, well, so what? Oh my gosh. You are not being the allegations, bro. That admission had Liz, your mom's, and his dad bursting into laughter. Cove grimaced and walked several steps from the group before stopping. He clearly wanted to move on so much that he was physically moving away. I'll see you soon. For a moment, you weren't sure if Cove heard you over the noise of the market, but then he nodded. You smiled softly, watching him get over his embarrassment and relax a bit.
See you later.
See you in a few hours. Take care of yourselves. So are we gonna have like a shopping minigame? I'm gonna pick The best thing that's for Cove. I don't know what Cove likes, actually. Probably some yummy food. At that, Mom picked a direction and stood out into the market with Mr. Holden and Cove falling behind. Grinning, Ma sent them off with a big wave. Liz gave a daintier goodbye wave herself. Despite the change in plans, you're still glad to be there. You felt like the change in plans was a good idea. You felt unsure. You had been happy, but now you're annoyed. That definitely put a damper on your good mood. I mean, it makes sense, the idea, to divide and conquer. And it's a shame that I couldn't, divide and conquer with Cove, but... Hey, splitting 6 to 3 is still, covering ground. Altogether, there were 6 of you, so you could already imagine how long it would have taken to get through even a fraction of the stalls. Smiling, you look forward to spending some quality time with Ma and Liz. When they're gone, Ma cheerily turned toward you and Liz. She put her hands on her hips. Do you think there'll be any nice ginger around here? We'll have to find out. You nodded in agreement, keen to truly get the trip going. Ma led you both into the busy market. Some time passed browsing. There were only a few stalls you stopped at. You had fun chatting and laughing, pointing out various things to Ma and Liz, and vice versa. This is kind of fun. The thing is, where I live, there's gonna be like a little event on the weekend. And it's like kind of similar to this, where like there's a bunch of stalls. Like I go every year with my family, and like there's a bunch of stalls and there's a bunch of food, and like I can't wait to go to that one because it's like really packed, and there's like a bunch of like, how do I say, activities you could do. Like you go to like the museums for free. You could buy stuff like this farmer market. You could buy food, and like there's like a lot. So like this is foreshadowing my weekend. And like I go like every year with my family, so like this is really cute. But it's like at night, not like a daytime one like this. Oh yeah, it's a Christmas market, but it's like the one where I live is extremely big because it takes over the entirety of like the area. So like it's this park, but this park, it's not necessarily like a traditional park. There's like architecture, there's like museums, there's gardens, like there's like I think like 2 gardens at this one park. Like it's very big. So like there's even a theater there, like multiple, like I said earlier, multiple museums. So like honestly, I never considered it like a traditional park where like, oh, there's not a play set or recess. It's more like it has the name park in it, but like I don't know how to describe it, but like it's just very fun. And like there's like dancing, and like you could watch like the performers dance. I mean, there's like an alcohol section, but like I'm not really interested in that, but yeah. Yeah, but it is extremely packed, so you have to go early. Because I remember one time we went late, and like there was a line of traffic, and like every 5 minutes you could only move like a few inches forward. It was awful. But yeah, it's an extremely packed event, and I can't wait to go. I mean, it's fun because like, you go with your family, you eat some food, you look at things. You don't necessarily always buy it, but like it's nice to look at things. And it's free. I mean, the buying of food is obviously not free, but like it's a nice event to go to once a year. I'm not dancing. I'm watching like other people dance. It's because like they have like the show where like you'd see little kids dance and stuff. And it's like cute. Some of them are professional, some are like, young. So like it's cute, but yeah. Hearing, oh yeah, I watch little kids dance doesn't sound good now I think about it. But like, oh, it's just a cute little performance. It's like a recital kind of, that you like, oh, you pass by, you see, oh, it's nice, children are dancing, you eat some gingerbread, blah blah blah, traditional Christmas stuff. I'm not dancing. I can't dance. I mean, I did take dance classes in high school. But that's because I wanted to get really graceful because I was like really into figure skating by then. I don't know. I feel like even though I was trying to get graceful, my moves were like the stiffest ever. Like whenever I would like move my arms, you'd just hear like a joint pop or whatever. And it was like so clear that was extremely stiff, so. Anyways, let's continue. At one point, Ma stopped suddenly. She put a hand on her belly and gave a half-hearted smile. Oh, are you having a stomach ache? I think I should have used the bathroom before we left home, like the two of you responsibly did. Oh yeah, bathrooms suck here. I mean, I was probably fine. It was more like an effort-based class, so like, as long as I got the moves generally correct and did it, then I got a good grade, so. Just need to pee?
Yes.
Yes, Liz. I'll have to visit the ladies' room now. I hope it's not gross. Oh my gosh, whenever I went to the restroom at the night market, it was so packed. There's like a long line for girls. But when you look at the guys, there's no line. Should we wait here? Should Liz and I go on without you? Or should we all go with you? Should we wait here for you? Ma craned forward as she struggled to pinpoint the direction she needed to go. She gently brushed your comment away. There's no need to worry about me for this, or waste time standing around. Keep on shopping. Though actually, I might need help finding my way. Can you please help me, Lizzie? Wait, you're gonna leave me alone? You and your sister had to share a look over that. Why do that of all things? Oh no, don't tell me you're having like memory loss or something.
Hey.
Ma, if anyone should go anywhere on their own, shouldn't it be you? You're the one needing a detour, and you're the parent here. Ma giggled, unfazed by the resistance. Liz, meanwhile, tipped the brow of her hat up, watching Ma skeptically. Soon enough, Amy will have to handle doing these kinds of errands on her own. This makes good practice. Is it because I don't go outside? What? Like, why are you guys going? Where are you guys going? Ma hooked an arm around Liz and pulled her along.
Have fun.
Have fun. We'll find each other again soon. Oh my gosh. My parent and my sibling, my older sister, they just ditched me. Excuse me. I mean, bye? It was all you could mutter as Ma and Liz waded into the crowd. They're out of sight within moments, and what started as a group outing rapidly became you entirely on your own. I mean, I'm not mad, honestly. Whenever I go to like a market, I kind of do. I like sometimes do go off on my own eventually. I think the only thing I have to worry about is like internet and service, simply because like normally my phone's fine, but especially when there's like a crowd of people, like, you know, sometimes the internet can suck because everyone else is sucking up all the internet. But like, I'm fine being by myself. Who knows, maybe we could go get like something yummy to eat. Okay, you're overwhelmed. You thought, screw them. You were done with this whole trip. You felt great being left on your own. You thought Ma was being ridiculous, but you didn't mind, or you didn't know what to think. I thought Ma was being ridiculous, honestly. You did not need to take Liz with you. You weren't sure what ulterior, you weren't sure what ulterior motives Ma had for pulling this, but that was far down on your priority list at the moment. Let's go eat some food. You're starting to feel happy at the idea of doing things at your own pace. Oh yeah, time to meet my boy. Let's go. At that point, you had no interest in your mom's plans. If they weren't going to stick around to follow it through, you're going to do what you actually wanted. Cove, where are ya? Taking out your phone, you quickly pulled your chat with Cove up and sent, "Quick question, would you want to shop with me, or could I join you instead? Ma and Liz kinda abandoned me over here." It wasn't long at all before you got a response back. Cove responded in rapid-fire messages. Oh my god, look, my little turtle charm. Oh, Baxter? I don't know, does this place seem like Baxter's scene? I mean, imagine we meet up with Cove, but then Baxter shows up, so it's like a three-way date, kind of. I'm like, yes, this is my boyfriend Cove, and this is Baxter who's trying to butt in. What? Wait. Where are you? You took a survey of your surroundings and then sent him a description of where you were and the path you took to get there. While you waited for his response, you watched all the people moving around and past you. There wasn't a single familiar face. Well, no single familiar face. I guess Baxter's not here. When your phone received a new text, you breathed a sigh of relief. Okay, I'm on my way. You're a lifesaver. Cove couldn't get there fast enough. There wasn't any reason that you could think of why you had to wander around the market alone. When you were certain Cove wasn't sending any more messages for now, you went to put your phone away. The familiar keychain caught your eye, bringing a warm smile to your lips. Yes, a present from Cove, a turtle keychain. Ah, frick. It was, let's see. It was still so easy to remember those early days of your relationship with Cove. His pink cast, his big sad eyes, his frustration with his parents, but through it all, he was there. Since you met him, Cove has always been there. He had grown up to really appreciate what it meant, yeah? 'Cause he's my husband, so of course he's gonna be there. You placed your phone back where it belonged and checked around for a nearby stall to kill time at. One pulled your focus. Oh, let's see. While most stalls are selling various garden-grown foods, this one had an array of homemade fudge. There were even vegan versions of every option. Oh, let's see. Okay, so there's chocolate peanut butter, caramel, cooking cream, white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, key lime, toffee, chocolate white peppermint, maple walnut, red velvet, and dark chocolate mint. Oh. Which ones sound good? Honestly, I think I'm interested in, let's see, I love myself some white chocolate. I like key lime because I like sour things. And I think I also like the caramel and cookies and cream. Let's see. Isn't like red velvet just like chocolate but dyed red or something? I mean, that's what I heard with cakes at least. Oh yeah, this dark chocolate mint reminds me of a certain Cove. While most stalls were selling various... Oh yeah, I already read that. Oh yeah, let's get closer and buy some. You sidestepped past a few other people and got yourself right in front of the counter for a better look. There was a widespread, dozens and dozens of delicately cut squares of decadence. The owner smiled and approached you to explain their shop. I don't see you, owner. The fudge is sold in boxes of 4 pieces. They either can all be the same, all different, or any mix you like. Are you looking to buy any today? Yes. You didn't want any, you wanted to get yourself a box, you wanted to get a box to share with everyone, and you wanted to get a box just for Cove. You know, sharing... Oh, okay, let's see. Share with everyone or share with Cove? I mean, if it's only boxes of 4, and... Oh, there is 4 people. There's 6 people in the group. Me, Cove, and like the other 4 members. Okay, let's just get a box for Cove, because he's coming to rescue us. Looking at the treats made you think of Cove. You grinned, hoping he liked what you picked out. Oh, you get more. Let's get a box to share with everyone. The whole section was too good not to share. And let's get a box for myself. Oh my god, I'm spending so much money on fudge. Your mind was already filled with thoughts of sinking your teeth into the delicious fudge. There was no walking away empty-handed now. And that was all. I see those, so there's like 12 of these. And I just got 4 times 3, which is 12, so I could get one of each. Yeah, I could use some fudge. I'm glad you came to the right place then. For yourself you picked, okay. Perfect. I wanted 4 exactly, so okay, I can get some white chocolate. Let's see, let's get some cookie and cream. Some caramel. And some key lime. Okay. For the group, let's see. I think I'll go for the originals for the group. So some milk chocolate, some dark chocolate, toffee, and let's see. Oh, it's on the corner. Oh no, I already got that one. Because I want to get Cove like the other 4 that I don't choose here. Because it's perfect. There's 12. I could pick 12, so let's see. And red velvet. For Cove, you picked definitely some dark chocolate and mint. Looks just like Cove. And then, you know, you look like a maple walnut type of person, so why not? White chocolate peppermint. And what's the last one I haven't picked up? Oh, chocolate peanut butter. He looks like the type that likes peanut butter. And there we go. We got one of each. The shop owner carefully put your order together. You're already looking forward to when you'd eat your fine selection of fudge. So since I got one of each of them, and we could always just split them in half if we want to try it, or like, you know, just take a small bite of all the variety and stuff. You can't help but try to imagine how Cove might react when you presented this to him. Everyone else was definitely going to be happy when you regrouped later. Yes, I got a delicious snack for everyone, praise me. You paid, and there was no stopping the large grin going all across your face. Pivoting on your heel, you wove your way back to where you were initially. You kept yourself on alert, trying to spot Cove amongst the crowd. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, whenever you go to a farmer's market, they tend to be hella expensive. $4 for fudge. And what, it's like a block? So it's $4 for fudge, $16 a box, 16 times 3, 16 plus 16 is 32, plus another 16 is 48. I just spent $48, or like, oh my gosh, I spent a lot of money on fudge, if your, you know, price is correct. But good thing this isn't my money, and it's the Amy in the game's money. For the next several minutes, you stood there on high alert, trying to spot Cove amongst the crowd. Well, there he is. You broke into a smile when you saw his familiar seafoam hair sticking out above the masses. He hadn't seen you yet, but Cove was walking with purpose in your direction. You noticed he was hefting a couple of bags in his hands. Standing firm, you cupped your hands around your mouth for added projection. You took a deep breath. Cove Holden, get your butt over here! Wow, the full name? He instantly stopped dead in his tracks. Alert, Cove's head snapped up and his eyes searched the crowd until they landed on you. His whole demeanor brightened at the sight. Ah,
Amy.
he truly is like a golden retriever. But even from a distance, you could tell his mood shifted again. He seemed serious. Oh, why do you look angry, bro? He weaved through passerby, deftly, in an attempt to get through as fast as reasonably possible, slipping around them with ease. It only took a moment for him to arrive. Oh my gosh, my boy's here, let's go.
Are you okay?
I mean, I'm okay. Mostly, how did you escape from my mom? I didn't have to. Yours weren't the only ones to just leave. Your mom took my dad before you even messaged. Oh my gosh, were the moms planning something? Were the moms trying to isolate me and Cove? You're kidding. I wish. I can't believe this happened to both of us. Why did I sound so stiff like that? They planned it. They had to. But I don't know why. Are they pranking us? I mean, I'm sure they just wanted us to get some alone time together. And I forgive them because now you're here. But the only thing is, why didn't they just let us have alone time in the beginning? I don't know either. And you meant it. You can fathom what your moms are up to. Ko shook his head, trying to clear his mind.
So...
Well... His change in tone caught your attention. You watched his eyes start to twinkle with mischief as his mouth pulled into a cheeky smile. You know, it is technically later, and your mom isn't around this time. He chuckled, knowing exactly what he was implying. That incident was already replaying in your head. Oh, making out in public. Let's see, hug, kiss, bashfully nodded, flustered you told him not now. Now let's kiss, bro. You stepped closer, placing a hand on his upper arm. Cove beamed and leaned in. It was quick, too quick, but you could feel him smile through it. When you both did, Cove chuckled affectionately. I'm glad it's later.
Me too.
Ah. So, His gaze wandered off as if one of your parents might suddenly simply appear if he kept checking. And you could tell he was still processing the situation. He scratched the back of his head, looking sheepish. I mean, it's just a little peck. It's normal. It's normal to see people kiss. I mean, actually, no, it's not normal to see people starting to make out in a farmer's market. Actually, it's not normal. I mean, what's just a little peck? That's normal. Your eyebrows. How are they eyebrowing like that? Like, did you get injured in your face and, like, the eyebrows started growing downward? Do you still want to go shopping with me? Of course. Obviously. Code beamed, and you're ecstatic at the thought of spending the rest of the trip with him. It was finally time to take some control back over your day. Code's grin twisted into a conspiritual one. You both knew that you were going against whatever had really been planned for this outing, but luckily neither of you cared one bit at this point. So, where to first? I don't mind going back the way I came, if it's new to you. It's not hard to miss stuff even if I've gone past it. What have you gotten? Ko shuffled his bags around and started pulling them open so you could peek inside each one. You recognized the array of things he picked up around the market. I mostly got typical things I can use pretty easily so far. Nothing super exciting. There were a few avocados, some lemons, and some sweet potatoes, among other things that were wrapped up so you couldn't discern what they were. Oh my gosh, I love avocados and lemons. Not so much a sweet potato, I like regular potatoes. What Cove bought made sense, but it was far from a complete selection. You glanced around at the nearby stalls. Want to start over there? Cove followed your eye as you pointed at one of the larger stalls. It was filled with several kinds of staple fruit and vegetables.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Once a few people finished paying and moved, you and Cove got yourself directly in front of the shop. There were so many things to pick from. Oh my gosh! Okay, let's see. Okay, let's get some strawberries. Some lemons, limes, and potatoes. I don't like that. I don't like spinach. I don't like carrots. I mean, I usually eat cucumbers. It's my choice of vegetable when I eat vegetables. I don't like tomatoes. I can eat lettuce. I don't like peppers. I don't like onions. I don't like peaches. I can eat oranges. And I don't really eat apples. I mean, the thing about apples is they're kind of hit or miss. Because sometimes when you bite into it, it tastes okay. But sometimes when you bite it, and it just tastes like, I don't know, styrofoam. So, like, apples, not really. I mean, I like apple juice. And I'd say apples and peanut butter are quite nice. But besides that, nah. Okay, and that's all the food I got. The shop owner put your selection together and handed it to you in a couple of bags while we are buying a lot. I spent so much money already on this farmer's market. I mean, I think like ketchup is good. And like, I don't mind tomatoes on pizza. But I'm not really like, I can't eat like a raw tomato. Oh wait, that reminds me, I don't like spaghetti either. It's like, I'm not really a tomato saucy person. Like, I don't mind if it's a little bit. Like, breadsticks and marinara, that's fine. But like, not spaghetti, which is just drenched in tomato. Happily he paid and waited for Cove to make his purchase. Oh my god, I just realized the tomatoes are right there! And the potatoes, and there's some pumpkins, yams, sweet potatoes, eggplants, and whatever is on that side. Ready to go? You know, that reminds me. Like, so you know how there's like mozzarella, basil, tomato, like whatever that's called? And like, whenever there's something like that, I just get the mozzarella. I don't know, I wonder if it's a texture thing. It's cause like, I know like heirloom tomatoes are harder, but like, I just don't like tomatoes. Too soggy. But like, my sister loves heirloom tomatoes, but they're just not me. I just don't like tomatoes. The potato is the better Ado vegetable. Cove grinned, satisfied with his new choices. He had added another bag to his small but growing collection. He nodded. Oh wait, before we start moving on and everything, wanna hold hands? Oh my gosh, let's go! Held his hand, you shyly lifted your hand out for him to take, you took his arm, you offered him your arm, or you shook your head no. I don't know, it's like, you know what, like in a burger? Like, you get tomato, and like, I've tried burgers with tomatoes, but like, I don't like them. I feel like it spoils the burger. Usually I would take it out, but they still have like the tomato juice on it. So I'm like, I still get a little tomato. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't know, I'm very adverse to most vegetables. I'm gonna take your arm, bro. The blush on Cove's face deepened as you stepped closer and hooked your hand around his upper arm. You held him close and met his gaze with a pleased smile. Cove was momentarily surprised, but then he chuckled, happy with their change in plan. With renewed eagerness, your boyfriend nodded his head in the direction you had been going towards.
Alright.
Okay, now let's go. Together, you and Cove wandered the market on the lookout for any stalls that caught your attention. Cove was walking around with a spring in his step, talking about the various meal ideas he had in mind. After a while, you had to go greater distances to find something of interest. Several of the stalls were selling the same goods. It was only a matter now of which you wanted to buy from. You continued ambling down the path until Cove stopped suddenly, literally pulling you away from your thoughts. Oh, did you see something you like? Cove? You grabbed his eyeline past you followed his eyeline past the crowds. Immediately, you knew what grabbed him. Homemade jams and local honey. Oh yeah, wasn't your sandwich like what we made a long time ago? Like honey, bananas, and peanut butter or something? So I guess you do like honey. Are you hypnotized by the honey, bro? You look so shocked. That stall was glittering with quaint glass jars stacked high. each encased gels of varying colors. Cove's eyes were practically sparkling at the sight. His feet automatically began to take him there, likely without being fully aware he had made an unexplained detour. Oh no, does this honey have like magical powers or something? When you got closer, you were surprised there were even more varieties than you thought. There were even different honeys based on what type of pollen the bees used. Oh my god, that reminds me, my dad went to like a farmer's market recently and he bought honey, so... Well, that's it. That's it, he just bought honey. Cove's focus seemed torn between a bottle of blackberry jam and one of clover honey. Want some honey, honey? He asked earnestly. Did you want some honey, honey? You teased him. I wonder what on earth could possibly you want at the stall. Everything looks really good. You shook your head at him disapprovingly, or you quietly left him to his dilemma. I don't like honey though. But let me check one of these. Did you want some honey, honey? Ah, dumbfounded, Cove nodded in response. His face was burning red. You grinned, way too pleased with your own joke. You thought things over for yourself too. Okay. Strawberry jam, definitely. I don't really like apricot flavored. Not really plum. I don't like honey though. But you know what? Honey butter kind of sounds nice. But that's more leading into the butter rather than honey, so let's grab that. Who knows, I could just give it to my family and like, hey, here's some honey I bought for you. Considering that we're at a farmer's market, I'm assuming this is the organic kind, fresh from the bee. You know, I don't mind raspberry. I don't know, what does a blackberry taste like? I don't really like plum. What's rhubarb? Isn't rhubarb a vegetable? And blueberry. Do I like blueberries? Like, I sometimes eat blueberries, but would I go out of my way to buy a blueberry? I don't think so. So I think I'm good now. And that was everything. You paid, and the shop owner started putting together your order. They carefully packed it in a single bag with paper. Thank you very much. Cove, how's your honey dilemma going? Amused, you watch Cove give in and just buy both the clover honey and the blackberry jam. He also went all in getting spring wildflower honey and plum jam too. The shop owner thoughtfully wrapped each in brown paper to protect them before putting them away in a bag. He handed the purchase to Cove.
Thank you.
You stepped away from the stall. Cove didn't fail to notice the look you've been giving him since he agonized over his toe stoppers. Hey, this doesn't go bad for a long time, so why not stock up? I could have chosen one if I wanted to. I don't believe you! You look so hypnotized by it. For a moment, I thought you were gonna buy the whole stall. Oh, it is a vegetable? Okay. Like, I think I've seen it before, and it's like, what, a greenish red stalk? Or like, long thingy? I don't know, a leaf? But like, I've never eaten rhubarb before. I mean, I heard like rhubarb pie. I wonder, does it taste more like a vegetable? I mean, I know it is a vegetable, but... Vegetable pies? Actually, wait, that kind of sounds normal. But usually they're more savory then. Cove laughed, but he still tried to shake his head in disapproval. He hoped he enjoyed every bit of what he bought. As he began to stroll, Cove looked up at the sky. He smiled. It was sort of unexpected, considering all of this was technically an errand, and unexpected changes often upset him. But he was happy, and Cove liked doing this kind of normal thing. You know, it's like we're like a wife and husband, like doing shopping and stuff together. And you could tell that Cove especially enjoyed doing this kind of thing with you. Cove's please attitude annoyed you? Oh my gosh, if I just want to be mean to him. You were just feeling down about how the trip turned out. No, I think the trip's fine. You were feeling the same as him, or you blushed thinking about how comfortable doing this with Cove felt. Yeah, we're so comfortable. It felt more than normal or mundane. It felt right. I'm glad you're having a good time. We're so domestic. I kind of wonder what the others are doing right now, or you remain silent. Yeah, we're so domestic, bro. Cove took a sharp intake of air and suddenly coughed for a moment. Afterwards, he looked at you and your teasing grin and chuckled. That is true. I like it. Later, when you spotted a less crowded area, you took a break from browsing. Cove started rummaging. Ah, frick. Dang, I'm so glad we found somewhere to sit. I feel like at farmers markets, there's like nowhere to sit or rest and stuff. You just have to stand. Cove started rummaging through one of his bags just to check on his goods, how his goods were doing. A smile grew on his face as he went on to the next. Okay, good thing nothing's broken. He chuckled knowing that Cove wouldn't let anything go to waste. There wasn't a single doubt he was gonna eat it all. You held a hand in front of you as you squinted upwards. The sun had moved quite a bit. You've been at the market for a good while now. Neither your feet nor your arms were sore right now, and Cove looked to be doing fine too, but that was something that could be coming. What? There was a price to pay for this much shopping, and it wasn't always just in money. What do you mean a price to pay? That sounds so ominous. I mean, we're paying in time too, I guess. Oh my gosh, can you give me a piggyback ride? Could you carry my things? Want me to carry your bags? Want a piggyback ride? Though if Cove tried to piggyback ride me, he's gonna squish me. Or you quietly enjoyed the break from walking. Okay, nope. Carry me, Cove.
Sure.
Yeah, for you, I can do that. Thank you. Cove crouched down low so you could climb on. You pressed yourself against his back and comfortably wrapped your arms around his neck. Once you were in position, he stood. Let's go! Your head steadily rose up high above the crowds. It was lifting your spirits pretty literally. Hey, if I had the option to get carried by someone I like, I'm just gonna take it. Besides, now I don't have to walk around. So my legs aren't tired anymore. Oh my gosh, wait a minute, I just realized something. If Cove's carrying me, and I'm carrying my own bags, and Cove's carrying his own bags, bro, Cove is carrying everything. He's an absolute unit. Cove huffed, letting out a breathy laugh. Are you okay? You're carrying everything, literally, including me. Yeah, just realized this means I'm the one carrying all the bags too, not just you. Should I get down? No, I've got it. Yeah, I believe in you, Cove. But if your back starts hurting, just tell me. Cove took a few test steps and then stopped. He grinned, pleased with himself. Ready to go? To get going? Uh-huh. Keep an eye out for any good deals while you're up there. You got the best view around. Yeah, I am tall. I'm gonna look at everything. He laughed and leaned backwards, away from him. Cove gasped, lurching forward to get you back in place. My eagle eyes see all. Not a single deal will escape me. Cove snorted, amused at your enthusiasm. And with that, you and Cove continued your trip through the market together. Ma and Mom had both texted you during the trip, though only to say that they'd hoped you found some good stuff and that they'd see you later. There were no answers on where they went or why. Yeah, you guys are just ignoring that you ditched me. You and Cove continued to wind your way through the bustling market, the list of outstanding items steadily shrinking while bags grew heavier. As you had an unrivaled view of the market thanks to Cove's height, locating the produce your heart desired had become easy. I'm gonna buy every potato. Okay, let me take a drink of water. Carrying every single thing purchased as well as another person made it hard for Cove to check his own phone, so he made do without. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Cove. Cove, just give me your phone. I'm the, like, checker person. Like, I'll make sure everything's good. Eventually, though, he said that... Oh, my throat. He said that he ought to check if anything important had come through. So your ride came to a stop out of the flow of foot traffic, and you dismounted his back. Cove rearranged all the bags he was carrying, freeing a hand so that he could pull out his phone. He watched his eyes dart over the screen as he read the waiting messages. Not important. I can reply to that later. What? What do you not important? He mumbled his verdict under his breath. Then Cove's face scrunched up with confusion.
Huh?
Wait, I've got a message from my dad. Listen to this. Cove, I wasn't part of the plan. I didn't know what was going on when I left with Amy's mom. Where are you? Aww. He sent that ages ago. I didn't hear it come in. He's sent another one since then. Says he hopes I'm alright and that he's not bothering me. Aww. The newest one says everybody's going back to the parking lot soon. And we can meet up there. I feel bad for Cove's dad, Cliff. It's like his my mom takes him away and he can't spend time with his son. He lowered his phone, eyes narrowed. The same conclusion that was settling on you had landed on Cove as well. So it was on purpose. The crowd of people passing by stayed as nosy as ever, a sharp contrast to the silence that had fallen over you and Cove. He was rubbing the screen on his phone against his shirt, wiping away dust and debris. He continued scrubbing the screen long after anything could have remained, the action a poor substitute for pushing away the awkwardness of the moment. Are you good, Cove? It's okay. I don't mind. I'm good about it. I'm not upset or I'm not furious. I mean, I don't really care what the moms did. I mean, I understand it. Let's see. I don't care. I don't care. I got to spend time with you. We got to pick a bunch of food. It's great. It hadn't changed what you'd done today. Only who'd you done it with. Yeah, they're weird.
Are you okay?
I'm good, bro. His voice was gentle. I'm peachy. I mean it. That's good. Abandoning us without a warning wasn't really a cool idea, even if they meant well, which they probably did. He looked you straight in the eyes. Not making a big deal of this is nice. I'm not exactly thrilled personally, so if you do want to complain to me, you can. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, I'm good. I got to spend time with you. Nothing. Ever? I don't know. His mouth hung open, and then he laughed.
No way.
Come on, you gotta have plenty of stuff to complain about just from the stunts I pulled myself, let alone what's happened today. You cracked a grin at that. Despite yourself, he could certainly be a troublemaker when he wanted to be, but he could also be so kind. After a moment, he stepped away from you, face turned. Oh, are you gonna view some complaining, bro? Cove closed his eyes and took a deep breath. His brow creased, then furrowed deeper into a scowl, his arms tightly coiling together. What? So they did do something stupid, I knew it. His voice had taken on an exaggerated quality, but what truly distinguished it from Cove's typical speaking tone was the abundance of the rage. This is such a chore. Parents are so dumb. Why do people have to go places with family members anyways? I hate them. Cool, wait, what? You got it instantly. It had been years since the boy with the bowl cut had been in town for the summer. The Cove had never forgotten it. Oh, you're talking about Jeremy! Oh my gosh, wait. You're mimicking Jeremy. To this day, he continued to unleash his impersonation whenever the moment felt right. Sometimes you wondered if the act had grown more exaggerated over the years, or if the kid really was always that ridiculous. I mean, I think he was just a douchey kid. You burst out laughing, you shook your head at Cove's silliness, you played along, you smiled quietly. That kid is never gonna live that down, huh? You quietly sighed. Let's play along. Wow, what is wrong with you?
No.
I'm not wrong, actually. If you're as smart as me, you know. You know that. Cove gave you a lopsided smile, letting the joke rest for now. Come on, we should probably get going. Probably go meet up with the group. Yeah. You didn't dally any longer, slipping back into the crowd and making your way towards the entrance of the farmer's market. Hey, it's the parking lot with the crepes. I don't know. I mean, I had the internet for like a majority of my life, so like, I don't know. Do people just tease people they met once in a lifetime? I mean, I feel like if we had the internet, Cove would just like vent online or something. Or have like a blog about all his feelings. I mean, you could also make a Google Doc too. It doesn't take long. Wait, I just realized. This is like, oh, he just tweets on Twitter or something like, oh, I can't believe my parents ditched me or something. It didn't take long to reach the parking lot. Your parents, Mr. Holden and Liz, were already waiting there, and they waved at you both as you approached. Oh, Cliff looks so sad. Your own family seemed to be in pretty good moods, in contrast to Mr. Holden. He stared at Cove with open concern as you got closer. Hey, buddy. Hey, Amy. How are you doing? We're doing better. If we hadn't been abandoned in a farmer's market by our families. You're still bitter. You saw your mom's frowning at his response. Ma glancing from Cove to mom with blinking eyes. Just because Amy tries to make things a good time no matter what, doesn't mean you can just leave her out of your plans and expect her to go with it every time. I mean, I kinda liked it. I got to spend time with you, bro. Ma hung her head ashamed, and Mom had a hand pressed to her cheek. You could tell that they were quickly regretting their scheme.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, what? I'm so sorry, Amy. You don't need to apologize. It's okay. I got to spend time with Cove. Cove, you don't have to do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think Cove's gonna like if Cliff, started dating again. I mean, what? Cove's 18 right now? So, like, he doesn't, like, how do I say? Cove has finished, not growing up, but, like, I think that's an understanding age to know, like, you're no longer a kid, your dad is, how do I say, technically finished raising you. I mean, Cliff is, like, clearly a good dad, so he'll always be by Cove's side. But, like, if Cliff wanted to start dating again, Cove is probably not gonna be into that. Her words were full of emotion. Mom squeezed Ma's arm. We are trying to make the errand more of a trip, less of a chore. Ma nodded. We didn't think you, Cove, and Liz wanted to be stuck trudging around a market with your parents all day. I mean, you still took Liz, so... Especially not in the summer. But you're always very thoughtful and don't like to leave your moms behind, so we did it ourselves. It was only going to be for the market, not the other stops, I promise. Aren't we graduated high school? It's okay, you could leave me in a market. I'm an adult. I could look at the market by myself. Still, you're right. We could have just told you and let you make your own call. I am really sorry. Neither of us meant to upset you.
I'm really sorry.
All gas, no brakes. And we should have known better, sorry. Cove, what did you do? Like, now my parents are apologizing to me? Oh. you ditched Liz too? Ma ditched me too, after pulling her urgent potty break stunt. If that helps. I went off to do my own shopping, as it seems they planned.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't check back in with you. I wasn't thinking and just tried to blow it off. Liz, aren't you like in your 20s? You're in college already. Like, you being alone shopping is, you know, it makes sense. You quickly took in their stories of what happened. Over to the side, Cove was talking to his dad. Thanks for telling me something was up, though I feel bad for missing the warning when you sent it.
You're welcome.
It's no trouble, sport. I learned my lesson about making surprise plans. Cove smiled at his dad, Mr. Holden, laughing, clapped Cove on the back. Aw, Cliff clearly cares about Cove.
Not bad.
Wow, we're really being outplayed today. You realize you hadn't been the only onlookers to Cove Holden's moment. Your moms were exchanging rueful looks. Liz had her arms crossed over her chest, patiently watching it all unfold. Yes, looks like it. We'd better find some way to catch up.
In that case,
Maybe we can do Amy's chores for the next week? Oh my god, let's go! Mom jabbed Ma on the shoulder. You might be onto something. Amy, how do you like the sound of that? They looked at you hopefully. Sounds good to me. Make it 2 weeks. You're gonna have to do more than that. I'll think about it. You don't have to do anything. I was never mad. 2 weeks. I'm gonna get out of chore duty. Mom laughed despite your totally serious words. I hear you. And at the very least, we can make sure everyone stays together for the rest of the stops we're making today. You all nodded at the suggestion.
yes.
We won't let you down. We'll be the best sheepdogs ever, guarding the flock and catching any strays.
Funny.
We could at least be shepherds. You chuckled, your mood lifting in spite of the bumpy morning. It was going to be all right. You turned to the entrance for the farmer's market for one final glance, pressing it into your memory under this new light. You thought on what you'd pick up at the market and how you were going to enjoy it later. I have fudge for everyone. I still have the fudge, but it's really fudging expensive. Some things you could only get from local suppliers like this. That was another perk about coming along to the market today. Actually, you realized this would be a good time to bring out the fudge you got to share, while everyone was clustered. Yes, fudge. Your attention, please. I have something for you all. An announcement grabbed everyone's interest, and they looked over at you, each curious about what you had in store. You dug your hand into the bag and pulled out the specially selected treats. There was this great fudge stall, and being so kind and generous, I got a box for us to try together. Oh.
Oh.
Aw, that's so sweet of you. Make it 3 weeks then. The Holdens were wearing matching grins at the prospect of free dessert, their family resembling more notable as they mirrored each other's expression. So yeah, we had to make it 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. I mean, I don't mind the ditching, but hey, if they're being like so hard over it, might as well take a little advantage about it, about the situation. Sweet is the right word for this. Thanks very much, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You're fantastic.
Ah, great. Can't wait to bust it open. We should save it for tonight. You can't properly enjoy a treat when there's still chores to be done. Besides, we don't want to make a mess with it melting in this heat. The others murmured their agreements and nodded, reaching a consensus. You stowed the box away safely for now. I got you your own fudge, Cove. You're good. Cove then sided up next to you, an eager smile on his face. You could tell from his expression that he was up to something. Wait, did you get me something? Thanks again for getting fudge. It was really cool of you. You know he hadn't come over to thank you individually, not with that huge smirk. Oh my god, he got me something too! Oh my god, what'd you get me? I got something to share too, but well, only with you. I guess I'm not as nice. Oh well. You've been plotting your own scheme? It better not be the honey. He laughed. Anyway, well, I sort of picked something out with you in mind. You held a hand to your chest, staring at Cove as he explained further. Since your moms decided we should shop separately, I figured I could use the time to get you something, just as a little surprise. He reached into one of his bags and retrieved one of the wrapped up objects. He accepted the unexpected present and he looked on excitedly as he tore off the paper. Oh wait! It was a glass bottle of small batch lemonade? You didn't need to taste it to know that would be nice. It was a nice boutique product. I love lemonade! Oh my gosh! You know me so well, bro. It was heavy in your hands, the container and small and smart metal cap reaffirming the quality. Even the label, constructed from coarse paper rather than a flimsy sheet of plastic, was distinctive. You were practically bouncing in anticipation, and he smiled sweetly at your reaction. It's not a big deal, but I just thought you might like it. Oh, yeah, I do. I do like Sour Patches. But you know what I prefer? I prefer Warheads even more. Like, Sour Patches, they're nice. But the thing about them is they're gummy and, you know, sometimes get stuck on your teeth. But Warheads? Absolute sourness. You know, when I used to eat them, I would eat them, but then, like, suck on them and stuff. But once it gets to the sweet part, I would spit it out. Because I like the sour parts only. You know, I wonder, you know how they have, like, I know it's like, what, like, acidic powder or something? Like, what happens if you just take a scoop and just ate, like, the sourness directly? Would it, like, hurt your tongue or something? Or, like, I don't know. But, like, yeah. I don't know, it sounds so appealing, just, you know, taking a bite of straight sourness. When I was, like, a kid, like, I remember, like, eating lemons. And lemons and salt, straight up. And, like, it was really good. But I'm, like, looking back at it, I'm, like, thinking, why did I just eat lemons and salt, straight up? Thank you, you didn't have to. You're so wonderful, he smiled. You're always getting me things, or you shook your head. You're so wonderful, bro. I can't believe we both got each other something. You weren't the only one who had an idea, or, actually, we're a real pair, or you grinned, ready to unleash your surprise. You weren't the only one who had that idea. Huh? His eyes began to widen. I got something for you too, when you weren't around. It's more fudge. There was a burst of laughter first from your moms, followed by a chorus of chuckles from the other three. You'd forgotten that we're still hanging around. Mom, don't look at me! Guys, don't look at me! Unfortunately, they hadn't paid you and Cove the same courtesy and had been listening in on your conversation. Guys, no! You weren't even apart for a whole day. And you both still use that as a chance to get each other little gifts. Mom clasped her hands together, eyes bright.
Good job.
That's so lovely. A day? It was less than a whole morning. Yeah! Less than a whole morning and we got something for each other.
Right?
True, I don't even want to think about what happens when you spend real time apart. Oh yeah, when we spend real time apart, Cove breaks into my room and comes to the window. That's my boy. You reached back into the bag where you had first retrieved the box of fudge for everyone, shuffling aside to take out the other one underneath. You smirked widely, amused that the others were still watching you. That first box was for the rest of those people to split amongst themselves, but I got an extra special one all for you. See, now this is your box of fudge. And there's just one fudge, a dark chocolate mint, that kind of looks like you. Cove's face lit up. his grin stretching from ear to ear. The laughter that came from the others, who were fully tuned into your little show, didn't appear to reach him. You got one just for me? Cove took the box of fudge in one hand and claimed one of your hands with his other. Aww. He used the hold he had to lead you closer to him. While he lifted the hand to his mouth and peppered kisses over your knuckles. Ah, he finally got to kiss my hand. He looked at you with eyes full of delight. Thank you so much, Amy. At this rate, it wouldn't just be your little group that knew that you'd been treating him. The whole parking lot was going to learn about it. Behind Cove, you see Mom watching you both with a smile of hilarity. See, this is why he's so attached. You spoiled him. Yeah, I spoil him. But I spoil him because I like him. You shouldn't make fun, Pam. It's clearly mutual. I spoil him, he spoils me. We're all good. Besides, I don't hear you complaining when I'm spoiling you. Ma pinched Mom's cheek, making her laugh as she batted the hand away. True. Liz clapped her hands together with the air of a teacher calling for attention. Since the other adults aren't acting like grown-ups, the rest of us are going to have to pick up the slack. It's time to get back on schedule and continue with the rest of the errands. Playtime is officially over. Yeah, because they both are golden retrievers. Like, I don't know where I was going with that, but like, they both match the energy of each other. And, I don't know. Ma laughed while Mr. Holden grinned awkwardly. Mom hung her head in an exaggerated display of mock defeat. Kids are tough, and I can't even call them kids anymore. Liz tutted with amusement at her mother. Cole shrugged, staying a neutral observer, but the small smile on his face revealed that he was enjoying the conclusion. Sorry, that term has expired. You grinned, letting them know that you were at least partly joking, though really you and Cove and Liz could hardly be called kids these days. You were glad that everyone was getting along. Yeah, we're not kids anymore, we're young adults. With that, your trip to the farmer's market was closed. It was time to move on. There were too many of you for one car, so you and Cove had wound up in Mr. Holden's car on the way over. You figured it made sense to do the same for the next leg of the journey. You sat next to Cove in the back, and now we're gonna start making out. Immediately after the click of the seatbelt and its lock announced that Cove was safely strapped in, he began to unfold the box of fudge he'd been given. You were gonna eat it now? Uh-huh. He nodded eagerly, not taking his eyes from the container. He lifted the top and longingly admired the selection inside. Okay, I really hope you like the mint one, the dark chocolate mint. Let's go! Minty fudge is perfect for the end of snacking. It's so refreshing. Oh, and I love nuts and fudge. I love nuts anyway, but the contrast between the nutty nuts and the soft squishy fudge is great. That's peanut butter in there, right? Mm-hmm. It's chocolate with peanut butter mix. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god, he loves them all! Once Cove had finished bestowing praise on what you picked, he promptly started sampling the selection. He was smiling, licking his lips, and having a grand old time. You could also tell from the way his nibbling was turned into munching that the box wasn't going to survive the trip to the next stop. You're right. Cove had tried to savor the treats, claiming just one more until there was only one left, and the statement was finally forced to be true. He finished the last one too. It's okay, I bought some for myself and we could share. He sighed contentedly.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Amy. Those really were great. You're welcome. He set the picked, clean box to the side, then rested his hands on his spoiled tummy. Cole wasn't going to be hungry for a while after that. From there, he sat wordlessly, gaze drifting to the window. Wait, what? Why are you sad now? You knew Cove well enough to spot the signs of when he was physically present but mentally somewhere else. The way he would fall quiet, staring without seeing, the long blinks, all of which he was doing right now as he looked at nothing in particular. He licked his fingers absentmindedly, getting the last of the melted fudge off his hands. You're pleased he enjoyed it so much? Is it too late to ask for a taste? I would have enjoyed a bite too. You looked away, feeling bashful over how well your gift had been received. I'm gonna say this one. And then, what I predict is he's gonna, not taste me, he's gonna kiss me and I'll be able to get a taste. Is it too late to ask for a taste? Cove straightened up at the sound of your voice. His pose stiff. He turned away, his hand smacking over his mouth and said, You waggled your eyebrows at him jokingly. So, what were you so lost in thought about? Well, I was just thinking about how nice you are. What the heck? Of course I'm nice. How nice I am? Yeah. His face grew redder as his hands clenched around the top of his knees. You stared at him, hoping for an explanation, but Cove simply ducked his head. When he next spoke, his voice was barely more than a whisper. I'm lucky. I get to be with you. That's so sweet, I feel lucky too. You laughed, happily blushed, or his words stunned you. I feel lucky too, bro. He peeked at you from the corner of his eyes, still too shy to look at you directly. You smiled at him affectionately, eliciting an equally caring smile from Cove in return. You felt content, secure in your relationship with Cove. I'm gonna drink some right now. But drinking lemonade in a car is very risky, but I'm gonna drink it now. And then we can share it. You twist off the cap and brought it to your mouth. Even before the first sip reached your lips, the scent tickled your nostrils. You took a swing. It was refreshing, the perfect way to hit the spot after a long morning trolling through the market. Not bad at all. Thanks, Cove. He grinned at you, pleased that his pick had been well received.
You're welcome.
Aww. You spent the rest of the day completing the remaining errands all together as a group. You enjoyed your brief independence, or you're glad that you closed the day with everyone. I'm glad I closed the day with everyone because I got to be with... It's cuter when we're with everyone, and then they make fun of us when I'm with Cove. Ma had been true to her word and assured that you spent the rest of the time with the Ames family and the Holden family in one place. It had been a wonderful time, a lovely high note to end on. Aww. That was adorable. Anyways, let's move on to the next moment. Talks. Oh, that's kind of vague. Look at my lovely room. I know this is a heart, but still looks like tomato or an apple to me. Another placid summer was drifting by. Your daydreams were chasing each other, none sticking around long enough to become a firm plan, but you really didn't mind that right now. A tapping worked its way into those dreams. Focusing more, you realized it was coming from your window. A grin popped on your face as though it had been waiting all day for this moment. Oh my gosh! Freshly delivered Cove. Oh. Thank you, Yellor, for rating. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we're playing Our Life. I'm assuming you've also been playing Our Life too. Yeah, yeah, you streamed Our Life, and I streamed Our Life. Welcome in! Thank you so much, Yellor, and welcome in of the Wisp. Currently, we're on step 3. And what else? We just had a lovely date. I mean, not date with Cove, but like, we were running errands with Cove earlier, and it was so domestic. But now we're doing the moments talks. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, you're also on step 3 too? That's really nice. Okay, wait, what kind of Cove do you had? Yeah, I love teasing Cove. Because, okay, my Cove is cold, but sporty. Heading to the window, you could see Cove outside. His habit of climbing this way really was a true Covenism. He'd rather scale your house than wait the couple extra minutes for you to come down. You stood aside to give him space. You held a hand out to him. Okay, come on in, bro. You offered Cove a hand to help him. Once he was mostly inside, shy and cute boyfriend Cove. Aww. Adorable. Well, Cove is always shy and cute. Let's see. You offered Cove a hand to help him. Once he was mostly inside, he took it to help steady the last bit of his entrance, though considering how many times he'd done this, he hardly needed the help.
Hey.
Hey, Amy. Sup, welcome home. You think my mom should invest in some bigger windows? Yes, because I need comfort for the Cove Express right here. Cove laughed at that and took one last look at his exclusive entrance. He hummed with a teasing look on his face. Maybe. Okay, time to demolish this window and have Cove come in. Comfort. You know, we could even. Why don't we put an elevator for the window so he doesn't have to scale it anymore? Oh, not an elevator, an escalator. I don't know, but that kind of lets like robbers kind of, you know, a one-way ticket to a window. Maybe. Cove's voice came out quietly with a strangely pleased smile on his face. Did something happen? Cove opened his mouth to answer, only to have your phone vibrating cut him off. You all turned to where it rested a little further up your bed. It was still face down, so you couldn't tell who was calling. It's okay. Your attention shot back to Cove. He smiled at you awkwardly.
Don't worry about it.
Go check. It could be important. I'll wait. It's okay, Cove. I'll come right back to you once I finish the call or whatever. Thanks. You shuffled forward and scooped the little noisemaker into your hand. You flipped it over and checked the caller ID. It's Miranda. You should answer it. I want to say hi too. With a nod, you accepted the call and said to speaker, Hi, Miranda. Hi. There's something off about her tone. Cove met your gaze, and you saw the same confusion in his expression.
Have you heard from Terry?
Oh? Have you heard from Terry at all? Or did you hear about her from Cove? What happened? Is Terry okay? Huh? No, she hadn't called me, but Cove is with me right now. Hey. Oh, hi, Cove. Is that what you were going to say? He shook his head, no, before realizing that it wasn't a good enough answer when one person couldn't actually see it. Yeah, you can't see you nod, bro, or shake your head.
No.
No, Terry hadn't called me today either. Is something wrong? Oh, wait, you're crying? At that, Miranda couldn't hold herself together any longer. The muffled sobs from the other side of the line were unmistakable. Did you guys get in a fight? Terry doesn't like me anymore. If she ever did. Oh, I mean, it seems that Terry didn't die. I mean, I know we were talking about that murder mystery, small town twist the last time we met up with the gang, with these girls, but it just seems to be doesn't like me anymore. And no one's dead. Okay, that's good. As long as everyone's alive, that's good. What? That doesn't sound right. You're probably her best friend out of all of us. Yeah, why do you think that? She sniffled, and there was a pause as you could hear her shift the phone to her other hand. Terry was here the other night watching movies with me. We were up super late. She realized her parents probably went to bed, so they couldn't pick her up. My mom and dad were definitely asleep then. Dad works early. I tried telling her it was okay to just spend the night, and she could text her parents what happened, but Terry really didn't want to. You glanced at Cove. He looked equally unsure as you about where the story was going. It didn't sound like a friendship ending situation. Yeah, this sounds kind of normal. I mean, just not feeling, you know, sleeping at another person's house. I suggested things to make it easier if she was nervous, like she could sleep by herself in my room while I stayed somewhere else. Yeah. And I said we didn't have to sleep at all. We could have kept watching movies until one of our parents woke up. I wouldn't have minded. I know not everyone can do sleepovers, but Terry wouldn't even tell me what was wrong or what I could do to help. I thought we could tell each other anything. I guess I was wrong. Did she stay in the end?
No.
No. We got too loud in the kitchen and my dad woke up. He offered to drive her home when he heard what was wrong. I mean, I think... I don't know why Terry is upset. But at the same time, I feel like if your friend wants to go home and doesn't want to stay over, I think that's totally fine to just let them... I mean, understand Miranda feels bad. Miranda was trying to calm her down. That, I think that's appropriate. I don't know why Terry doesn't want to stay over. But I do think Terry was overacting a little bit. I kind of feel bad for Terry because it sounds like Terry, because if I went out late and even if my parents were sleeping, I know anytime I could just call them, and even though they'll be a bit annoyed, they would still be able to pick me up. So it's kind of sad Terry doesn't have something like that. But hey, at least Terry got the ride home. She texted me apologizing for my dad having to do that when he needed to rest, but that was it. She isn't talking to me anymore. Maybe she thinks you're mad at her, and that's why she's not talking to you, and she's scared to engage. It could just be a simple misunderstanding. You could hear every bit of tears and heartbreak in Miranda's voice. This continues to be a shock for your neighbor, but Cove recovered and spoke gently. I'm really sorry.
I mean...
There's no way Terry wanted to make you feel this bad, or that she's just done with your friendship because of this. Yeah, I think this is miscommunication. Miranda's sniffling continued. You hoped she had plenty of tissues handy. It'll be okay. I hope Terry is alright. It's really weird that she reacted like that. It's not a big deal, honestly. You weren't sure what to say. Yeah, I think everything will be okay, honestly. It's just, a little fussle, or a little fight. And honestly, fighting it with her friends is a normal thing. It'd be scarier if you had friends and you never fought with them at some point, so it'll be okay. Okay, Yellow. I hope you have a good day. It had to be. You couldn't imagine any alternate. Why can't I pronounce that? Alternative. Miranda's voice sounded a little bit more collected after finishing her story, but you knew that the crying was far from being done. I thought she'd have reached out to one of you by now. Maybe she's just not talking to anyone. Yeah. Sorry for being bothering you and Cove about this. Apology accepted. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Right, you can tell us things. Thank you. Her shaky voice finally conveyed a little optimism, or at least relief that she wasn't dealing with it entirely on her own.
Is that all right?
If you do hear from her or anything, could you let me know if she's alright? We can. Thanks. Let's talk later, okay? Bye. 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 That didn't really seem like an especially productive point to end the call, though you also weren't sure where to go from there. Looking to Cove, his face seemed as lost as yours. With no alternatives, you hung up and put your phone back on your bed. I think I'd probably shoot Terry a text and hey bro, you doing good, man? And stuff. Cove crossed his arms, a frown creasing his face. He began to pace the length of the room, clearly trying to put the pieces together in his head in a way that made sense. Oh no, don't overthink, bro. I am a bit worried though. Biting the inside of your cheek, you stared at the ground, hearing Miranda so distraught like that was not easy. And what about Terry? The uncertainty was tearing you up. The empty state of your head before learning this was not helping you now. You couldn't put two words together, and flopping back on your bed, you stared into space. No, we should not call Terry. I don't know. We should text Terry, not call Terry. Because I don't think calling is a good thing right now. Because I hate getting calls from people. That's number one. Second, we don't know what Terry is dealing with right now. And whatever she's dealing with, like, are we prepared for that conversation? I think a text is better. We should probably try calling Terry. Cove's voice managed to drag you back to some grounding. He'd stopped pacing, but you still saw a perturbed look on his face. Yeah, I'm worried about her too. You bounced up and moved to the side, ready to act on whatever plan you two could come up with. Cove started with the easiest thing. He pulled out his phone and called Terry. Oh my gosh. No, I want a text. Cove let it ring, and ring, and ring, and ring. Terry didn't answer. There wasn't even an option to leave a voice message. Maybe Terry has, like, strict parents? Or something? But usually if you have strict parents, they would call you and ask, oh, when are you coming home and stuff. Your shoulders slumped, and Cove looked even more troubled. If that was possible, he turned to you as if for some lifeline. Could you try calling? I'm gonna send a text just like, hey, I was trying to reach you, call me or something. Yeah. Yeah, I hope Terry's okay. Maybe she wants to be alone? I mean, it depends on when did Miranda and Terry hang out. Because if it was like yesterday, or like a day or two ago, maybe she still isn't ready to talk. If it was like a week ago, then I would probably start getting concerned. You took up your phone once more. Unfortunately, after another set of interminable rings, the line went dead. No answer, no voicemail. Hanging up, you saw Cove visibly deflate. He rubbed his arm, eyes distant, openly struggling with the whole affair. I don't like this at all. They're fighting, we barely know anything, and we're supposed to just wait and see? Unfortunately! Despite it only being a minute since he texted Terry, Cove checked his phone again. He was desperate for progress, for something, and you frowned as you watched him. I mean, the only alternative is going directly to Terry's house. And I'm like, all we can do is like wait and see. I mean, unless Terry is like in immediate danger, I just think this is just a fight. You need to try to relax. You're making me anxious. There's no way Terry has answered you. They're gonna get over it, you know. You stayed silent. I don't know. Cove is kind of making me anxious, honestly. Cove stared hard at the screen as though he was trying to will a new message to appear. As your words sank in, he forlornly let his gaze fall to the side. Cove's voice came out so quiet, small and quiet, that you would have missed it if he hadn't already taken your full attention. Sorry. You know how this, I could give you a hug, we could calm down, and we could, like, I don't know, play a board game or something. We need something to take our mind off the current situation. You nodded slowly. Cove closed his eyes, letting out a sigh as though trying to clear away pressure from inside his chest. Glancing at your own phone in vain, you considered sending a text message too, if that would even help. This is making you feel all twisted up. You could see the same sort of discomfort on Cove's face. There's something consoling in that, at least. Words drifted from his mouth like a feeble breeze. I'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. You could hear it in both of your voices how much you wanted to give and receive reassurance. You tried to believe that the sentiments, weak as they were.
Well...
What do we even say if we do hear from one of them? His pacing resumed, as he attempted to answer his own question. I kinda do this too. Like, when I'm in, like, alternate scenario, thinking of, like, oh, I could have done this. Or I could do this, blah, blah, blah. I just walk around. His pacing resumed, as he attempted to answer his own question. But it was written all over his face that he had no idea how to tackle any of this. You know, at this point, if I'm too stressed, I just take a nap. because maybe my dreams are better. He slowly came to another halt, like a gear winding down. We should find out Terry's side of the story. We should just comfort Miranda and let up with Terry. I don't know. We should only tell them to work it out between themselves, that's it. You wondered why you always had to come up with things. You didn't say anything. I don't know! I don't know. I mean, logically we should find out Terry's side of the story. At the same time, I don't like getting into fights. Nothing could be done until you knew what she thought of this. Not much was certain. Cove nodded slightly in agreement. I mean, it depends on how close... I mean, considering... I don't think we have a lot of friends, honestly. And, like, if my two friends that are close to me are fighting, I'd probably try to resolve it. But at the same time, I also would like to let it sit for, like, a week, also. I mean, I'll at least try to help, depending on the severity. And I don't think this problem is a big problem, honestly. I think it's more miscommunication. So, like, I'll help a bit. If nothing turns out, I'm like, hey guys. I don't know. Have I got... I don't usually get into fights. And usually it's more disagreement rather than, like, an actual fight. So, like, just honestly, sometimes I just let them win depending on the context. Because if it's not high stakes, maybe I'll let them win. Like, I don't know, why was Terry so scared? For several minutes, you both remained there in silence, drowning in your thoughts. Eventually, Cove turned around. Maybe, what's it called? Terry didn't feel comfortable in the house? Sleeping in another person's house? Because sometimes, you know, homesickness and stuff. But it's just our day. Okay, eventually Cove turned around. I'm gonna text Terry that we already know what's going on. Maybe she'll have an easier time talking to us because she won't have to pretend or explain. Ah, my tummy. It's so hungry. Yeah, that might be the only way to get her attention. You can't do that. Miranda didn't say it was alright to admit she talked to us. You felt too overwhelmed to know what to say. I think you're pushing too much. That's not a good idea, Cove. Not at all. Why are you so fixated on this? I don't know. He does make a point. These two are like, I don't know. What if Terry's phone is just off, and that's why we're not getting voicemail. Yeah, I just ate jerky, like a beef stick today. So yeah, I mean, I'm running out, so I just need to wait for another, for my parents to buy more and stuff. But afterwards, I'll have a proper meal. It's because I wake up too late. It's like I woke up at 11:30, and like my streams, like, you know, I tend to stream at 12, so like I have to get everything ready and stuff. I was so lazy today. I woke up late. I mean, I always wake up late, but I woke up late. Usually I set up my mat and stuff like that, where I would put my computer down. Like today, no, I'm just staying on my bed today because I was lazy to move. So, yeah. Let's see. I mean, I could see, cause like these two answers, I could see both of them being the correct answer, because at the same time, maybe Terry doesn't want to talk to Miranda about this thing, but might be better suited to talk to us about it. But at the same time, we don't know if Miranda wanted us to talk about it either. Let me read it. Because, like, if we say it, there's a possibility of us making the situation worse. Let's see. Yeah, because, like, Cove really seems very high strung about this, so I'm actually kind of worried about Cove also. Because, I mean, like, if I was in a fight, I don't take action. Instead, I think about scenarios in my head of how it could play out, but I don't actually do anything. Unless I think it's like, sometimes I take action, sometimes I don't. It really depends on the severity of the fight. But usually, when I'm fighting with someone, usually it's like in the present moment. And I would give them some time to cool down depending on the severity of the fight. But, usually it's more in-person thing, not like a text thing. So like, there's a part of me that would be like, oh, maybe the next time we see Terry. But at the same time, what if we never see Terry again? So Miranda says this: if you do hear from her or anything, could you let me know if she's alright? And at the same time, I feel like if we say this, we might get an argument with Cove actually, because Cove is very high strung about this. I think if we say this, because like I do think shooting a text is the best option, honestly. Because I could see both, but at the same time, I think Cove is very too high strung for this. So I think this will be a better option and will like not make Cove angry. I don't know, is Cove angry? I don't know, he's very anxious. Anxious at least. Yeah, that might be the only way to get her attention. With the two of you on the same page, he steeled his gaze to prepare for taking this next step. Cove's fingers worked furiously. Why are you so mad? Yet carefully, he was giving his full attention to his words. He sided up next to him and looked, trying to watch what he was writing. Oh no, Cove, not like that. Cove rapidly typed out, "Hey, Amy and I really want to talk to you. Miranda told us what happened. Please reply back." No! Cove, you have to have more tact than that. And sent, it was done. We'll just have to see what happens now. Quietly, you felt nervous. I wish you weren't so concerned with everyone else's feelings of mine. Dang, that's excessive. It'll definitely be alright, Cove. Things are okay. Yeah, hopefully she gets back to us pretty soon. Great, can we do something else right now? You're being dramatic. No, that's heartless. I think everything will... I think it'll be okay. Wait. It'll definitely be alright, Cove. Things are okay. Yeah, hopefully she gets back to us pretty soon. I think everything will be okay. You gave your best smile in the hopes of cheering him up. He gave a weak smile of his own in return. I hope so. I really do. A small noise escaped his lips. All the frustration at the situation crumbled away from his face, and he spoke softly. Thanks, Amy. I'm glad it's not just me with all this happening. Oh, Cove. Imagine if we weren't here, and Cove just like wandering back and forth, wondering, oh, to do it or not. Cove took one last look at his phone and then put it away. His effort at a smile was meager, but earnest.
It's okay.
We can just forget about it for a while. Terry will talk to us when she wants to. Yeah, exactly. I'd like to be alone for a while. Could you leave now? That sounds good to me, finally. You smiled a little bit. That sounds good to me, honestly. And you meant it, exhaling some of your own concern away. The last thing you wanted was to fight with Cove. A silence stretched on in what felt like hours. It likely wasn't that long before there was a knock at your bedroom door and Mom peeked in. Just wanted to check in on you. Oh, Cove, when did you get in here? Yeah, Cove just came through the window. What if my parents just like locked the window because Cove keeps breaking in? When she saw you were there, she opened the door all the way. Mom was standing there as well. She slipped past her wife to come inside your space. What's going on? We're okay. It's just Miranda called earlier. She and Terry are fighting, but none of us know what's going on with Terry. Your parents exchanged a meaningful look, though its meaning was lost on you.
I'm so sorry.
That's too bad. I'm sorry there's trouble with your friend, sweetie. Is there anything we could do to help? Food. Out of the corner of your eye, you saw Cove rub his arm awkwardly, unable to add anything. No, we're just seeing to see if Terry calls or texts, or if Miranda does. Well, we can at least help you take your mind off things while you're waiting.
Yeah.
Another great idea, Lonnie. We can get the whole gang together for some quality time. Mom gave you a soft smile and added, this will be good, especially since it might help make up for what happened at the farmer's market. Oh, you guys remember? Yeah, kinda 3 weeks. I turned it to 3 weeks now, not 2 weeks. Yes, it'll be wonderful. I'll go see what Liz is up to right now. Excited, she fluttered a few steps away, and then stopped. She pivoted on her heels and raised a single finger, flashing a big smile at Cove.
It's no trouble.
And of course, Cliff is Cliff will be welcome too. Yeah, it's family bonding. Knowing your family was always there for you, that couldn't be underestimated. In fact, it meant everything to you that your moms cared so much. Thanks, why did I say thanking myself? Thanks, Mom. Yeah, thanks. That's nice of you.
You're welcome.
You're both very welcome. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it, not so kiddos. Leave things to us. Just relax, and we'll call you when it's all together. You nodded, and your mom's dispersed for now, swinging into action for their impromptu get-together. Let's hang. You flopped down on your bed, feeling like you could sink into it and disappear. Cove, meanwhile, took a spot on a chair off to the side. You know, this chair looks very uncomfortable. Why don't we have a swivel chair? You sighed at the same time, and Cove's mouth pulled into a bent smile at that. He gave his phone another quick check and his eyebrows furrowed. Still nothing? Yeah, this is crap, huh? Yep. Aw, you're so nervous! Okay, it's okay, Cove. Everything will be okay. Cove shaved the inside of his cheek, as if to mimic the stress that was clearly eating away at him. Oh, this is different music. Cove, what's wrong? What's really wrong? One disagreement doesn't make you act like this. Matt got a pointed pause in his movement. Cove was carefully trying to put his thoughts together. He spoke in a fragile voice. When people you care about, when they're unhappy with each other, there's nothing you can do. At least when you're in a fight yourself, you have some responsibility, some control over it all. Oh, is it like your parents? How your parents fought, and because you don't have any stake in it, you can't say anything? Aww. It's like Terry and Miranda, like, because they're so close to you and stuff. Poor Cove. I wish it didn't have to happen, but that isn't possible. So, oh well, I guess. His attempt at giving a nonchalant shrug after that was pitiable. Yeah, it makes me feel horrible too. True, but you're right, that can't be helped. It's whatever, other people can do what they want, right? That sounds so bad, you stayed silent. Yeah, it makes me feel horrible. In your lap, your hands momentarily curled into fists. This kind of powerlessness, it wore you down. You looked to Cove and were reassured by his understanding nod. There was a question you had to ask. Is it because of what happened with your parents? Cove ran a hand through his hair, a strained smile spreading across his lips. For him, this pain struck close to his heart. Just as quickly as it had come, his smile was gone, lost amidst his faraway gaze. Yeah, you got it. It's like my parents. Despite knowing him for many years, Cove had never spoke of the years before he moved to Sunset Bird, before his parents separated in any detail. He whispered his thoughts distantly, almost unconcerned with whether you can hear them or not. They used to fight all the time. I think they got along when I was a baby. I mean, they had to have wanted to be with each other at some point, but when I was old enough to remember anything, it was already bad. There was always something wrong, and I could never help. I just wanted them to be happy. Oh, you tried to imagine your mom's breaking up, and the very idea scared you, but Cove had endured that for real. I'm sorry.
Amy,
Oh, I'm sorry,
don't
Cove.
worry about it.
It's okay. Despite that revelation, Cove gazed reassuringly at you. It's not like that anymore. Things are so different now. I don't even really think about it. Again, the sorrow reasserted itself. When he continued, you could barely hear him again. You could barely hear him. Though, I guess it's pretty obvious I haven't forgotten either. I don't get kiss him. Not in this moment. You tried to smile for him, you crossed the room and took his hand. You went over and placed a hand on his shoulder or you hugged him. One of these three. Hand or... Okay, one of these two. Hand or shoulder, or hugged him. I'm gonna take his hand. Okay, I'll hug him. Wait, what's wrong with romantic? Huh. You know what? Yeah, you're right. He does kinda need a hug. Ah, poor Cove. You crossed the room, picking up a little bit of speed, and Cove's eyes widened. He shot out of the chair and stood waiting for you with a non-plussed look. Oh, yeah, you really did need that hug. Oh my gosh, you really did need that hug. No, unfortunately, as much as I'd like him to forget, I don't think hammering would be a good option. And another thing, Ko has like 2 brain cells. I can't make him lose all of them. When you collided into him, wrapping your arms around his middle and knocking the air out of his lungs, all mystery was gone. Ko squeaked.
Oh.
Oh. He returned the gesture longingly. Exhaling, you leaned down and pressed your cheek into the warmth of his neck. The tension stuck in your chest, released like a river flowing into the ocean that was Cove. The firmness of his hug told you Cove didn't plan on letting go anytime soon. You both needed the comfort and closeness for just a little bit longer. When he finally did, he kept hold of your hand. As soon as you took a seat again, this time side by side on your bed. Today was a lot, huh? Yeah, it was. I'm gonna lean against him. Resting the side of your head onto his shoulder, you glanced up at his face, and Cove watched you affectionately. In that gentle gaze, you finally felt like everything was going to be okay. No matter what happens, we can make it work. His mouth pulled into a bent smile at that. He chuckled, resting your head comfortably back on his shoulder.
Me too.
I think so too. He can't sit still anymore. Cove leaned in, delicately, pressing his lips to your forehead, and he raised one hand to lightly tilt your jaw. The breath caught in your throat. Oh my gosh, he's kissing my head! When you remembered to breathe, blood rushed to your face, turning your skin a deep red. You tried not to think about how hot you were feeling, because after everything that happened today, you're just grateful for the moment. And for a while, you stayed like that. A comfortable quiet fell between you, and the sun fell with it. What happened to that thing our moms promised us? The warming calm ended when Cove gasped sharply. You spun half expectingly to find him nursing an injury, but instead found him staring straight ahead? What? What? Yeah, what?
Oh my god.
Oh, I think my phone just vibrated. Is there a response? Well, you better find out if it did. Right? He patted his pockets, fumbling in his panic, and yanked the phone out. The force of the action nearly catapulted the device out of his grip entirely, but he caught it just in time. His eyes honed in on the screen. Oh, okay. It's Terry, thank God. She says she's sorry. That's it? That's it? Okay, good thing. Is Terry okay? He looked back to you, eyes wide, as his nerves started to fray once more. What should I say? Oh my gosh. Bro, I feel like Cove would just throw his phone at that point. I don't know. Give it a second. I need to think. Tell her to call us. Ask her what's going on. Ask if she's talking to Miranda. You clammed up. Just ask what's going on. Okay. He nodded and began typing. Cove was aware that his blunt words could sometimes make others bristle, even though he never meant to hurt them. Cove's phone buzzed nearly as soon as the message was sent. Ah, it's Terry again, she's talking to us. She asked about what Miranda said, but wait. He leaned in, watching the conversation unfold on Cove's screen.
Right.
She's gonna actually call. Oh frick, oh not call! Cove held his breath as he waited. His circle of friends has always been small, so he managed to avoid the stress of seeing friends fighting. You suspected he was feeling this even more keenly, both because this was so uncommon and the friends so important to him. Oh, Cove. His phone rang out. Cove jammed the answer button, his reflexes instantaneous. He switched the phone into speaker mode, allowing you to participate in the conversation. But despite his immediate reaction, his voice lacked the same resolve when he spoke. Hey. Oh, that's it, Cove! It was sensitive, a white flag fluttering in the wind. Amy is here too. Hey, Terry!
Hey.
Hey, buddies. Terry's voice was barely recognizable without her usual quick patter and energy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you? I don't know. Probably not. Cove tensed, his free hand coiling into an anxious fist. What happened? Don't you know already? Miranda explained some of it, but it doesn't make sense to us. You heard Terry sigh over the phone as she unburdened herself. Pretty much, I was at Randy's house. We decided to watch some movies she super liked that I'd never seen before. Turns out there's a lot of those. We watched one, then another, and another. We were having so much fun. Each time one finished, she had another one to share with me. I didn't really think about the time. I only wanted to say yes to Randy and watch her movies. She spoke wistfully, but her words were full of affection. It was Randy, you know. I wasn't thinking about my schedule or what time it was. Totally. Then I finally saw this time and, oh no, it was way too late. I already knew I couldn't stay. She took a deep breath, her voice becoming softer when she resumed talking. I was so stressed out, I just couldn't deal with it. Miranda wanted to help. She kept coming up with ways to make it better and trying to figure out why I was so upset and stuff. I was trying to answer her questions, and there were so many, but I couldn't really answer all of them. I didn't even know why some of her ideas didn't work with me. It made my head ache. I still had the first problem, and Randy there, trying to help, blasting all these questions and suggestions at me faster than I could even think. Oh, so you're overwhelmed. Okay. She gulped, audibly sniffing. I got frustrated and told her to just leave me alone, but then she wanted to talk about why I wanted that, and we started having a fight in the kitchen. It woke Randy's dad up. We told her about how I wanted to go home, but my parents couldn't get me, so Mr. Eckert offered to do it. Problem solved? No, I mean, yes, kinda, but... I accepted because I definitely couldn't stay then, not after throwing a racket and turning into a big deal. I feel awful and embarrassed. Why did I yell at Randy and hurt her feelings? I made her dad lose sleep by waking him up and having to drive me home? Okay, so it's just overwhelmed by the situation, accidentally yelling, thinks escaping is the best way to end so she doesn't have to deal with it currently. I think this is a normal reaction, honestly. What do you say after that? I have no idea. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to make it worse by saying the wrong thing and fighting again. So I'm not talking. Terry, Randy isn't mad that you didn't want to stay or that you fought. She just wants to feel like you can talk to her. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, like, in a fight, usually, I'm more like the brooding type because I don't want to talk. But Miranda is like, I want to talk about it. Like, yeah, you're right, it's a bad match. But at least it's not a serious thing, because even though they have different types of processing an argument, I think everything will be fine, honestly. I mean, you can say whatever you want. She'll listen. Not talking to her at all is pretty much the only wrong way to go about it. Terry lamented, mournfully on the other end of the line, but he had a point. Unless she faced Miranda again, there would be no resolution. He looked at Cove, hunched over the phone, staring pensively into it and searching for a solution. This couldn't be solved with the other key party missing, but what if you brought them in? Your phone was still free. That's funny. Should I suggest calling up Miranda or rung up Miranda without a word? Honestly, because if I suggest it, Terry's just say, "Oh no, you can't." But I just ring. It forces Terry and Miranda to make up, and I think personally, if it was me, real me, I'd suggest it. But I know Terry's gonna say, "No, you can't." But I think Cove wants this resolved right now. So I think I'm gonna ring it up and then force them to talk. But I would never normally do this. Terry might flee from the call if you told her what was going on. You want to make certain they spoke to one another. You slipped your phone out. In the background, you could hear Cove and Terry still talking. You began dialing while they were distracted, then set the speaker and waited for Miranda to join.
Hi.
Hi, Amy. Her voice was still distant, as if her thoughts were somewhere or elsewhere, but was loud enough for your needs. Oh, what was that? Terry shouted a question, confirming that she heard Miranda's arrival too.
What happened?
What was that? Cole glanced over his shoulder towards you, sawing the phone in your hand. He smiled ruefully. He'd sussed your game. Yeah, honestly, when you're in between two people, it could be really hard. Because, like, they're two people, you know, and, like, when you're part of the fight, at least you have weight to it. Like, oh, like, and you could, like, respond accordingly. But it's harder to get two people to coordinate to actually, you know, try to end it. Randy? Terry? Realization that they could hear each other was dawning over all parties now. You decided to help it along with an explanation. Miranda is on speaker with me. Terry is on speaker with Cove. Oh. There's a guys, I hope you don't hate me for this, but I think you guys just need to chat it out right now. Right now. There was a pause while the two of them digested this information, considering their next words. You and Cove exchanged looks, waiting for the wall between them to break, and wondering who would be the first one to do it. As the quiet dragged on, you caught Cove chewing his cheek. He must have weighed up the same question as you, whether to encourage the conversation along or leave Miranda and Terry to resolve it themselves. The answer came in the form of one sniff, followed by another from Cove's phone. Sorry, Randy. I hope you still like me. What? You were the one acting as if you didn't like me. Her tone was offensive, no doubt a result of her wounds from last night still being raw. Wait, this is last night? Okay, yeah, definitely. It was normal me, then I would definitely let it, like, at least marinate for, like, a week.
What?
No way, everyone likes Randy. You're wonderful. Your eyes met Cove's. His phone was tilted towards you, capturing the call indirectly. You moved your phone closer to his, hoping the signal was strong enough to convey every nuance of tone. Cove did likewise, bringing his soul right next to yours, even bumping against it as he shifted his grip. I didn't know what to say. That's the only reason why I wouldn't talk to you. If I'd known the answer, I'd have told you right away. Miranda murmured on the other side of the line. You didn't want to stay. Anything I tried to do bothered you, and you could have told me you didn't know. Yeah, I think I was angry at myself. I did a dumb thing, and I didn't want help with it. I wanted to be mad and just deal with it myself. It made me keep doing dumb things. Oh. When she spoke again, her voice was quiet, as tender and vulnerable as the words.
I'm sorry.
Water. Staying up late, watching stuff was all my fault. I had to find a way to fix it. That's what I thought, anyway. But I should have given you space. I'm sorry for being so pushy and sensitive. Hardly. Miranda Eckert having a flaw? I've never heard of such a crazy thing. Miranda let out a ghost of a giggle. Cove cleared his throat. Maybe you should call each other now. Yeah, you guys deal with it. We got the conversation rolling. We don't need to be here anymore. Sorry.
Sure.
Can do. Thanks for giving me the kick in the butt to do this already. Randy Mandy, I'm gonna call you right now. Bye, Amy. Bye, and Cove. She hung up after squeezing in another quick bye, though not giving you or Cove room to respond in any kind. Miranda laughed, the noise tinkling gently like wind chimes in a summer breeze.
You're really nice.
Thank you for listening and helping. I'm gonna hang up now so I can answer Terry's call. Everything worked out in the end. Let's go. Bye. Imagine later they talk like bad about us. Like, I can't believe they forced us. Bye. Bye. You got this. Miranda hung up, still chuckling softly as your call ended. The room felt emptier without the other voices in it. Cove expelled a sigh that crashed through the newly fallen silence. Cove, you should be okay now. He dropped his arms to his sides, letting his head hang down like a puppet at rest. Thank God. They should have involved us in that. I'm so relieved it's okay. You're simply happy your friends had made up. That the day's events had drained you. You're content now that Cove seemed at ease. Honestly, yes I am. I'm happy you're happy now. Cove scratched at his face, his expression cloudy. I think I need to find better ways for dealing with conflict, because that was awful. We could all do better at that. I think you did okay given the circumstances. Yeah, I think that would help, or you didn't comment. Yeah, we could all do better, honestly. Cove meekly smiled as he rubbed at his eyes, weariness creeping over him and mumbling his next words. We can talk about it another day. Conflict resolution methods? Huh? Oh no, forget it. What? Your eyebrows rose and then a light bulb went off in your head. Before Miranda called, didn't you say there was something you wanted to say? Cove's original visit has been thrown so off-kiltered that it was a struggle to wind your memory back to when he'd first turned up. Now you did, though you remember that he had been perky when he'd arrived this afternoon. Was it good news? Cove brushed his hands against his folded arms shyly. Well, yeah, maybe. I'm not exactly sure if it counts as news or even good. It just is what it is. I'm happy about it though. Come on, no more hints. You gotta tell me now. Cove chuckled awkwardly, a hand creeping up to ruffle the hair on the back of his head. It's fine. If you want to hear it, I can tell you. He shifted on his feet as if a different posture might give him the support he needed toward the conversation. Oh. I don't want to make it a big deal, but I just know what my sexuality is now. Okay, good for you, Cove. Good for you. Oh, I mean, is it Amy sexual? A real subject change, huh? He chuckled. True, it was unexpected, but you're excited that Cove had come to understand himself more, and glad he wanted to share that with you. Ah, that's great. Tell me. Cove drew a breath, straightened up. I'm demisexual, so most of the time I don't really have those kind of feelings, physical wants and stuff. It's only in some situations, when I'm already really emotional and romantically connected to someone, that I start to ever think about anything sexual, and it's only with them. Hey, we are in a relationship, so this applies to me only. I hadn't heard the term until pretty recently, and it just made a lot of sense once I knew what it meant. I had a word that fit how I felt.
Yeah.
And I'm pan-romantic, because I never had a preference for a specific gender or anything. So yeah, okay, good for you, Cove, good for you. That makes sense. Cove looked down at the floor, being so open and direct about a matter that personal, which you were sure he'd spent a long time trying to figure out, seemed to be kind of weird for him. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know when this takes place, but maybe sexuality is a big deal back 10, 20 years ago. But nowadays, you say your sexuality, I'm like, cool. And that's honestly, nowadays, I'm like, honestly, sometimes I find it more shocking people are straight. Sometimes I'm like, you're straight? Wow. Wow, thank you so much for coming out. JK. Despite that, there was a small, proud smile on his face, and when he looked up again, his gaze was steadfast. Wait till I had to. That's really nice. Have I ever pushed you or made you feel uncomfortable? So does that mean you're thinking sexual things about me? Guys, that answer, I have to know. I have to know. Cove flushed and frowned equally hard at the statement. He struggled to get out a response. So, what is a Cove? What is it? Yeah. Aww. So, like, I know pan-romantic. So, like, so demisexual is like, you only have sex with people if you're comfortable with them. Sometimes I feel like that's kind of normal. But then again, some people just have sex with anyone. So, like, eh. And then panromantic is like, sometimes I don't get the difference between like bisexual and pansexual. And like, panromantic is more like, biromantic. Cause like, I think panromantic is you like anyone. Biromantic is like you like both girls and guys. I think. I don't know, they kind of feel the same to me sometimes. But yeah. What kind of thoughts? Name all these naughty thoughts, Cove. Amy, you don't need to ask that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You weren't sure that was true, but couldn't help chuckling at how bashful he was. And no matter what, you wouldn't be getting a more explicit response than that right now. The topic was dropped. All this talk of Cove's sexuality made you reflect about your own. My feelings hadn't wavered. I'm just Cove sexual. Cove had known for years now. It was heartwarming that he had reached a point where he felt similarly capable of discussing his own. He felt even closer. Oh my gosh, what if Cove's, like, I know, like, sexualities, they usually have flag. So what if Cove's flag is just green? It's just mint green, like his hair. Or seafoam green. You could tell that Cove felt like it had been an emotionally draining day that had now come to a close, everything wrapped up neatly with a bow on top. You had some good talks with your friends and with each other. A lot had been brought out into the light, and you'd come out of it not only knowing each other better, but yourself too. But there was still something that Cove didn't know, something that had gnawed at you many times over the years. You never told Cove about how you first met his dad. Oh my gosh, wait. I could tell him. Could I tell him right now? About the deal? About how his dad tried to pay me to be friends? You'd always held it back from him, unsure of how he would take the revelation. His dad seemed to have done the same, as Cove didn't seem to have heard of it from Mr. Holden either. No, I'm gonna tell him now. You're an adult. You're 18. You get to know now, Cove. Because I can't keep the secret for long. There is no consequence. I don't think he's gonna get mad. We're dating. There's no consequence anymore. I have you. I wouldn't pay to date someone. Like, $20 to pay to date someone, that's cheap. But it's okay. You saw that the secret hung over you long enough. Maybe you'd tell him someday, but not to. No, I gotta tell you, man. You felt it didn't matter anymore. There was no need to rake up old drama. I want to see what his reaction was. It was time to tell Cove about the deal that his father proposed. You're ready. Today was the day to tell Cove the full story of how you come to know him. And I think it's a cute story. Cove, you hooked his attention with the way you spoke his name. There's one more thing I'd like to talk about. Cove raised an eyebrow, but didn't say anything. He was listening. I'm gonna try being lighthearted. You weren't the first Holden member I met. Your dad gets that honor. You had run off and couldn't be found, remember? He was hanging out to see if you'd come back. That was when he spotted me on my way home from playing around outside. Cove nodded, eyebrows still raised. You could tell I was trying to predict where this was going. You'd also see that he was feeling... Oh, he's never gonna get this answer. Okay, please don't freak out. Please don't freak out. We're old, right? We're old. Like, what, $20 and I get the streamboat? What a steal. He knew you were taking the move badly and needed a cool new friend to show you the ropes. So he offered me the job for $20 to hang out with you. Oh, please don't get mad. Please don't get mad. Cove's eyes widened into huge circles as you uttered the final sentence. His mouth hung open, ready to speak, but no words followed. You stood still, giving him time to process his revelation. You watched the layers of subterfuge being ripped away as his eyebrows rose higher on his forehead, followed by a deepening frown. Oh no. Oh, and then Cove burst into a roar of laughter. That's horrible. He tried to bribe you? We finally get to tell him. And you were what, 8? Dad, why? Oh my god. Cove bent out over with laughter, one arm supporting his sides. He covered his eyes with the other hand, hiding the tears of mirth sprouting in the corners. Yeah, 10 years ago he tried to bribe me, and now I have you. You laughed along with him, glad that you could finally share this ridiculous anecdote with him, and relieved that he wasn't upset by the secret. Eventually, your giggles wound down. Cove wiped the last of the tears from his eyes, still grinning as he took wheezing breaths. Wow. He shook his head. That's my dad. I guess there's always another Clifford surprise waiting in the wings. But $20? Huh, what a cheapskate. Cheapskate. Yeah, $20 for all of this? What a steal. Considering how much we've spent together since I moved in, you're paid pennies on the hour. No, not even that much. Just 1 penny an hour. A fraction of a penny. Not even that. I got nothing because I wasn't going to take money from a weird stranger I just met. So I hung out with you for free. Cove gave you a lopsided smile with a shake of his head. Sorry, you definitely got the short end of the stick. I hope you plan on making up for it. Don't you worry, it was a labor of love. I got to grow up with you. It was the best deal I ever could have gotten. I'm just relieved you're not upset about it. It's okay. It was a really stressful spot to be put in, honestly. I was 8. The half smile dropped from Cove's face.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry. My family causes a lot of trouble around this neighborhood. You could get my dad to apologize too. You got my support in standing up against this terrible plan of his. You appreciate his concern and earnest desire to set things right, but you hadn't told him the story to make him carry the burden in your place. Hey, you weren't at fault here. Don't start feeling guilty about this. You breathed a satisfied sigh of relief as, oh my gosh, I got an achievement or like a Steam thing. During step 3, you tell Cove about, you know, the thing. The deal. The bribery. You breathed a satisfied sigh of relief as a weight you've been carrying from childhood was lifted from your shoulders. No, Cove breaks up with me. He's like, I can't believe that. I can't believe that. When he learns the truth. Cove reached out and took your hands in his, squeezing gently. Your eyes met, and you knew that your feelings of being glad to be there, glad to know him, were reciprocated in full. Thanks for telling me. No problem. We can go make fun of Cliff now. Hey, we should probably head downstairs soon if your moms are still waiting, wanting everyone to get together. Yeah, that's right. Oh my god, wait, if we're having a family get together with also Cliff, so we can like make fun of him. With a renewed spring in your step, you led the way out of your room. You got downstairs and find the others already assembled and waiting.
Hi.
Hello. Hey. Good to see you both. You! Hi. Here we were trying to corral everyone into a group, but the two of you were already upstairs this whole time. Yeah, I got to tease her dad, too. Of course we were together. Of course we were together. You paid Amy to stick with me, or did you forget? He finally finds out. The statement was meaningless to your family, who looked to each other for answers in vain. Mr. Holden, who got the message loud and clear, seemed embarrassed. He chuckled nervously, rubbing the back of his neck, and then his hand froze in place.
Huh?
Wait, when did you figure that out? You never mentioned it. You never mentioned it growing up. Today, just now, Amy told me. Mr. Holden's hand awkwardly slid off his neck as he stared at Cove, the answer catching him off guard. 10 years. 10 years of the secret. Out of the corner of your eye, you saw Mom mouthing questions at you. Everyone's waiting for an explanation. Cliff, I know you're trying to help your son, but you should not be bribing children. Similarly to his son, Mr. Holden broke into laughter and turned to address you, a hand laid over his chest. I can't believe my partner in crime betrayed me, and after all these years, I thought we had something. His voice was deliberately light, assuring you that this was only a joke. He shook his head, throwing off the jest as he spoke seriously.
No worries.
I have to admit, I'm actually just amazed that you kept it under your hat this long. Yes, it's under my hat. It had to be done. Uh-huh. I want to know why my dad kept it a secret all this time. Mr. Holden looked back to Cove. Lines formed on his forehead as his wide eyes signaled a wordless apology. Can we hear exactly what the secret is? The suspense is killing us.
Right.
Alright. I'd better get everyone up to speed. Everyone knows, even the family. I'm embarrassing you in front of everyone, Cliff. He held his hands palms up, classifying his audience, or perhaps holding them up as a shield in advance. They just jump you. That first day I met Amy, I didn't worry about Cove being alone for the summer. There weren't a lot of kids around, and he wasn't exactly on the best terms with me at that time. He glanced around at your family, gauging the responses. I felt like this was my one shot, so I kind of offered her $20 to befriend Cove, to be friends with Cove, and added that she couldn't tell him about it. Well, I told him. Liz gasped. Mom was staring incredulously at Mr. Holden, while Mom's eyebrows had retreated to her hairline. You and Cove, already knowing the story, were the only ones unaffected. But after a while, I really did honestly forget it even happened. He raised his hands higher, now level with his shoulders. Not a bad idea, he thought. If Mom felt inclined to throw a cushion at him, he'd probably manage to block it in time. I know that's bad, but I've had so many grand ideas over the years, it's hard to keep track of them all. You had more? Cove smiled, placing his hands on his hips and shaking his head at his father's antics.
Seriously?
I can't believe you, though. Though, also, I totally can. Your moms were less indulgent. The shake had ebbed away to displeasure. Yeah, you made this 8-year-old keep a secret for 10 years. Mom's foot was tapping rapidly as she frowned at the next door neighbor, while Ma had her arms crossed over her chest and her lips pursed. I'm sorry, Amy, and I'm sorry to your parents too. That was way out of bounds. Can I get the $20? Hey, I did better. I just stepped better. I not only befriended your son, I'm now dating him. He sighed, accepting his apology with a shrug. There was nothing more that could be done at this point. Okay, thanks. Go, moms. Go beat him up. Your moms gave each other that look, where they seemed to communicate with eyes alone. Alright, well, that's not then, and it won't happen again. It definitely won't.
Alright.
Good. It was a little surprising that they were letting him off the hook. But on the other hand, it was a long time ago now, and you're sure your moms remembered those painfully early days of Cove's arrival too. Yep. Now you have a future daughter-in-law, Cliff. Mr. Holden wasn't a potential bad influence anymore, so a lecture would be pretty much. Instead, your mom gave him a lenient smile.
In that case...
Now that it's settled, why don't we find something to do? Nods of agreement cascaded through the group, and a couple of waves at the suggestion. Mr. Holden's shoulders slumped with a release of tension. He brought his hands down, tucking them away with into his pockets. The two families spent the rest of the afternoon together, chatting and catching up. It felt particular at first, knowing that the secret was no more. The absence had a weight of its own. You felt your eyes pulled to Cove and Mr. Holden as if by magnetic force, almost half expecting a greater reaction still. But as you spent time together as normal, you adjusted, coming to accept that the long-standing issue had finally been laid to rest. I no longer have to feel guilty anymore. Comforted by this, you participated more, joining fully in the fun and enjoying the time spent together. You truly relaxed, knowing that there was no longer any secrets between the two families. You felt free, and yet simultaneously more tied together than you had been before. Yeah, now you have an additional family. Yeah, so that's all for today. I'm so glad we finally got to tell Cove, because that was hilarious, honestly. But yeah, I don't really have anything. I am streaming on Friday because I'm gonna go back to my 3 days a week schedule, because yeah, I'm not really busy now. So yeah. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, so wait. So I went to check something, my phone, because I was like, after today, I was actually gonna wait, time out. Yes, about the interview, because I was gonna email them because they haven't responded in a while. But okay, so it says, "Oh, thanks for talking to the interviewer. The team will be meeting to discuss next steps early next week, and I should have an update for you shortly." No, I didn't do that well. I didn't do that well. So I guess next week I should be expecting something. I'm hoping it's good news, but I don't think I didn't do that well, honestly. But yeah, I hope somehow I get it. I hope somehow I get it, but I'm not putting into too much hope. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for coming. Oh wait, I have a question, Tony, since you're here. How's the audio today? Cause like I'm streaming in a different room than usual, and I slightly pointed my mic slightly different. So does it sound different, or does it sound the same as usual? Cause yeah, cause I got lazy and I couldn't make it to my mat in time, so like I just streamed on the bed today. So I hope things. It's actually better than usual. Okay, so I actually pointed my mic slightly, slightly. Okay, okay. I actually pointed my mic slightly downward to my voice, or like to my head this time, and like I'm streaming in a different room today, because I'm streaming in my bedroom than another room. So hey, who knows? Maybe I'll stream here again. Depends. It's because usually my sister occupies the bedroom because we share it and stuff. So I usually don't get to stream here. But since she's at work, yeah. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it, and may you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.